Welcome to Talk to Me. Today's show is sponsored by We Are Stronger Together, Strength in Diversity. Entrepreneurs and business leaders across the military community are being represented in this groundbreaking book produced by no other, or should I say none other, than myself and my partner in all things fabulous, Miss Lisa DeShorm, the 15-minute results coach. Today, we are talking to passionate entrepreneurs. Where are you? Where you at, you guys? It's time to slow down so we can speed up. It's Face It Friday. So every Face It Friday, I bring Lisa in here when she's available or someone else to help me face what I'm not doing. And guess what, you guys? I have not been slowing down so that I can speed up. So I'm going to bring Lisa on so we can have this conversation because it is a conversation that is long overdue. Hey, Lisa.
Hey, Brenda.
Lately, my life has been filled with challenges, but I continue to push through only to find myself in need of blood pressure medication, gaining weight again, and doing all kind of unnecessary things because I'm not taking care of myself. Because you know why, Lisa? I am burned out. I think I'm burned out. Do I look like I'm burned out? Yep, that kind of symbolizes exactly how I'm feeling. My head is exploded and it is on fire for all the things I have to do. But on this Face It Friday, Lisa, we're going to have a conversation about why bone. See? If I could speak better, I could probably say the word. Why burnout is not something as an entrepreneur you want to endure. Lisa, what do you say about burnout?
I think probably the simplest way to think about burnout, because everybody gets it. I don't care who you are. Even a workaholic like myself gets burned out. Our bodies are either going to tell us, our friends are going to tell us, both are going to tell us, and we're either going to do something about it or ignore it. And I think the simplest way, if you want to think about, do I have burnout, is really when your body and your mind can no longer keep up with the tasks or the demands. And that is...
I got to point out that one of my favorite coaches is on the line saying, hi, Lisa. I love when they give Lisa a shout out.
That must be George, right?
Yeah, he be representing. Yep. Here you go. Yep. 1,000% facts. Because burnout sucks, he says. I love it when he comments too. I'm sorry, Lisa. I had to digress. Go ahead. Tell me what you're saying.
No, it's true, because the problem is we really try to force ourselves to keep going, and we push ourselves because we think, oh, we have to get this done. If we don't get it done, it's not going to get done. But in reality, you're always going to have something to do. I don't care who you are or what you're doing. There is always something to do. So if you don't stop to take care of yourself and pause and just really take some time for self-care, the only person you're hurting is yourself. You're not hurting your business. You're not hurting anybody else. Your business is going to close, by the way. But the reality is, if you don't take care of yourself, then you're failing everybody.
One of the things that I love about Coach Vasquez, he helps men level up and get their mindset right. And that's one of the things that I love with the different people that I'm connected with. I'm connected to some phenomenal people that help people on a regular basis get their trash in one bag. And as a Marine himself, he understands, like he says, it's the downside of being a high achiever. And he is one of those people that if when we talk, sometimes I'm asking, how you doing? We check in with each other to make sure that we're not burning ourselves out. And it's good to have him as an accountability partner, because he definitely will, check me and say, hey, what you doing? Which I'm happy to say, I've learned that when you change your mindset, the results will follow. It's just simple as that. We often have conversations, you and I, about mindset. I've had them with Coach Vasquez and the many people that I am blessed to have in my life that will say, hey, Brenda, maybe you're doing too much. These past few months, if it was not for the community and the group of people that are there to help me be my level best, I may have reached massive burnout. And I'm still struggling in that area sometimes because I feel like there's so much that has to be done. But I know our mindset plays a really big role in that. And I know as a 15 minutes results coach, you have to deal with people's mindset shift. That 15 minutes is something that can actually get results. You want to tell us about that?
Yeah, but first, will you tell? I want everybody to hear that quote that you had. We had talked about it, or that the story you.
Oh, the story about the thing. Yeah, I have an amazing coach. His name is Donovan West, and he told me a story about a race car driver that was in a very important race, and he was going along, and he started having some mechanical difficulties. His car was in need of some water, and he knew that he wasn't going to be able to finish the race without his car breaking apart. Well, the coach was in his ear, and his coach told him to, when he gets to the curve, take his foot off the gas and just ride the curve, slow down. And he didn't want to do that because he knew that if he slowed down, all those people he was ahead of was going to pass him by. His coach asked him to just simply trust him. Well, he did trust his coach. And when he got to the curve, he took his foot off the gas and he slowed down. Everybody was passing him. When he got through the curve, the coach said, speed up, give it everything you got. Well, once he was on the straightaway, he did that. He sped up, he passed everybody, won the race, and his car didn't break apart. You see, he had to slow down to speed up. And oftentimes we don't realize that when we don't slow down and ride the curve, our bodies, our minds, our spirits just break apart and we never make it to the finish line. And we wonder why, all because we wouldn't take our foot off the gas.
And that actually brings right into what I do when I coach individuals. One of the things, especially for those who are like me and high achievers, where they're constantly going and constantly moving, it's reminding them that if on that day you feel like you've got no control, now it's time to stop. Yeah. Now it's time to slow down, just relax, take care of yourself a little bit before you speed back up and jump into what you're doing. Because really, it is all about slowing down to speed up. And I cannot emphasize enough. Our bodies tell us, and we often ignore them. If you get a headache, if you get tired, if you get demotivated, I mean, there are a list of thousands of different things that can cause burnout, and you actually ignore it. And the more you ignore it, the worse it gets. So, it's kind of like what George said earlier. Self-care is self-love. And, there's no shame in self-care, and it is not selfish to take care of yourself.
It's absolutely not. One of the things I often have people that I deal with say they struggle with is finding peace. I love this scene right here that I'm showing on the screen because it makes me feel peaceful. But I often tell people, find the scene that makes you feel peaceful. Go for a walk in nature, listen to some music, journal, meditate, do whatever it takes to help you feel peaceful. Because what makes me feel peaceful may not be the same for other people. I know it was hard for me to understand when we first became friends, Lisa, that working for you was a sense of peace.
And it really is. It's one of those most ironic things. I am more comfortable and more relaxed when I work.
I'm watching here. I'm trying to make sure I don't miss people's comments. And Coach Vasquez says that his is the beach. I am with you. Lisa, I will go to the beach in a minute. And he also indicates that as an achiever, we should plan out our downtime weekly as an important must-do activity. I absolutely agree. Finding what it is that is peaceful for you is so important because many of us will try to adopt other people's habits. I remember when I first started meditating, I really wasn't into it. I took classes, I took the M word, I took meditation. I even got certified in mindfulness only to find out I ain't like doing that. But I will say years later, when I started to really understand the benefit of it, I was glad that I got the certification and that I could practice it because now I really needed it because my life had gotten to a point that it was so over busy that I wasn't enjoying the people around me, my family, which is one of the things I say, we have got to begin to make family a priority. So many times we say the things that we are doing is because of family, yet we find ourselves neglecting the very people that we say we're doing said dream or said movement or whatever for. Family will be there when the likes on social media are gone. They'll be there when you lose the job. They'll be there when other people have turned their back because, the thing I've noticed, Lisa, in my journey as an entrepreneur is everybody likes you when you're doing good. But when you hit a snag, you say the wrong thing, you look the wrong way, baby, they will leave you in a New York minute. So if we don't value our family, it is, something that could cost us down the road. Coach Vasquez is saying our out of spiritual growth relationships. Absolutely. It's important. I'm staying on this because I've talked to entrepreneurs just this week alone, Lisa, and you know that to be true because we often work in tandem with different people. We have people trying to figure out how to find that, what they say balance. I call it, I'm looking for the harmony, because balance to me is an illusion. But if you can find the harmony in what it is you do, and then be sure to make sure your family is a part of the planning of that, I think we do a better job of not neglecting our families and being able to still do what we love. What do you think?
I totally agree. And one of the things that I think is important, especially on the mindfulness part, in order for you to be able to appreciate your family, you have got to find the art of being present. And that's one of the
Mm.
things, because even as someone like me who loves to work and I find it very relaxing, I do actually take time for the art of being present, where I will actually do mindful walking, because
Mhm.
that's really important. Don't get me wrong, I'm not walking 10 miles, folks. I'm just doing I'll spend 20 minutes just walking and being very conscious and being very present with myself. And
Mhm.
I often say, and this is what I tell my clients, especially those who are so overstressed, I often remind them that the last line of my obituary does not say, "I wish I worked more."
Oh no.
What it says is, "I cherished every moment." And so if you actually get to that point where you burn out, just write your own obituary. I wrote mine a couple years ago, and it is amazing the awareness that you have of the value of life itself and the value of family. Brenda and I were talking earlier, you know, in the reality is I loved my mother. She's now since passed away, but I didn't like her.
Mm.
But that was okay, because at least I knew where I was in that world, and there were no regrets when she passed away, because I never not loved her. I just didn't like her. So it's nice to be able to be very mindful when it comes to family, and realize that it doesn't matter. They're still family. They're stuck with you. It's kind of like being in the military. We're family no matter what. I can be in a
Mhm.
room with 100 people and I can point out exactly who's military or veteran.
Absolutely. Lisa, I think for those that had to clutch their pearls when you said you didn't like your mama, just it's truth. There's people that we don't like. We had the conversation earlier. For those of you in the back, you want to hear us again. Uh, I asked the question, who's the person that if they were on fire, you wouldn't even spit on them? I'm happy to say, I told Lisa, there's nobody in my life today that if they were on fire, I wouldn't even spit on them. But I know there was a time when I really was there. But I had to make the shift to understand that holding on to that negativity wasn't hurting them, it was hurting me. So now they may get a cursory, okay, yeah, I tried. But really, there's nobody in my life that I'm at a place of not wanting the best for them. Even the people that don't necessarily want the best for me. Speaking of the best for me, Lisa, because that's a whole nother show about who you like, who you don't like. Y'all should stay tuned. We're gonna have that conversation. But today we're talking about passionate entrepreneurs that forget to take care of themselves sometimes because they need to slow down to speed up. And here's something that will help you speed up. That's if you get good exercise. Look at those bodies in that picture. They all look healthy. They look like they're hydrated and they're ready to go. If you looked in the mirror, what you looking like? Come on, entrepreneur. You out here saving the world, telling everybody to live their best life, and you two tons of fun, not knocking anybody. I understand about the body positivity and all that. But you got to ask yourself, if you are a coach or someone that is representing wellness, I'm not buying your product if you look like you can't spell wellness, okay? I'm just saying. That's just me. How about you, Lisa?
I'm right there with you. And then that's one of the reasons I actually am not a wellness coach. can
Okay.
spell wellness, but that's as far as you go. I get up and I do my morning routine and, you know, and it's one of those things that exercise is so important. And I don't care if all you do is 30 minutes a day. And it was funny because for years I had been telling my doctors, because I have severe migraines. And so for me, exercising more than 5 minutes at a time, I was always afraid I was going to get a migraine.
Mm-hmm.
And so eventually I got to the point where I just did a little bit every day. So now
Mm-hmm.
I can do an hour every day. And it doesn't, knock on wood, it doesn't cause a migraine. But sometimes we're so afraid to exercise based on a disability that we have, whether
Mm-hmm.
it's a disability that can be seen or not seen, it doesn't matter. Sometimes those things can block us from actually exercising. So start off slow, do something fun. I mean, to be honest, when I started working out, I was playing my Wii, which I still
Mm-hmm.
play, by the way, but I
Mm-hmm.
was playing my Wii because I needed to do something that could distract me from worrying about the fact that I was going to end up with a migraine when I was done with exercising. But exercise is so important. And if we don't do something,
Mm-hmm.
then all we're doing is hurting ourselves. And we need to do something and eventually bring that up. I mean, I'll go up to more than an hour. I'll go a couple of times, but it is critically important.
Coach Vasquez has put up there what we talked about earlier. How do you eat an elephant? And he gave us the answer: one bite at a time. And when people hear the word exercise, some people just break out in hives. But what I have learned is to tell people that I want them to practice movement. I'm not a wellness coach or an exercise coach, but what I do know is that movement is good for your body. And Lisa, at my house, we practice random dancing. Anybody can holler out a song, we'll put it on, and all of a sudden we're dancing. We found that that's a way for me to get my steps in. I walk around my driveway. I have a very large dining room and hallway. So I just do laps around it. By the end of the day, I can easily get 10,000 steps in, even when I don't leave the house. All I have to do is make a conscious effort to move away from this computer at least every hour on the hour and do a couple of laps. And I found out I can get all my steps in before I go to bed at night. And when I make what do you call it? A definite effort, like first thing in the morning, get up and just walk for like 30 minutes. It's even easier. I get some fresh air. I walk very slow. I don't even break a sweat, Lisa. The reality, and I've lost weight and been able to maintain my current weight with ease by just simply doing that. And I do one other thing, Lisa. I started eating real food. You know, I don't know about you, Lisa, but I am a sweets-aholic. Hi, I'm Brenda. I have a problem with sweets. I have never met chocolate that I do not like. A chocolate covered strawberry will make me hurt a person. Okay. I'm just telling you, you do not want to come between me and chocolate chip cookies. Hmm. That might be an issue right there. So when it came to me getting in shape and losing weight, I had no problem with the exercise, Lisa. But what I did have problem with was maintaining a healthy eating habit. I realized it had to become a lifestyle because no, I was not about to give up my sweets. So I was trying to find alternatives. But you know what I found out? I don't like all that stevia induced and fake sugar stuff. If I'm going to eat sugar, I want the real stuff. Some things just should not be low fat, no fat, and sugar free. I think that's the devil. We'll have to have a show about that as well. Anyway, let me get off my soapbox about what is it? The evils of non-sugary substances. I think after this show, I'll go get me a chocolate chip cookie. Shh, y'all don't tell nobody. Anyway, eating real food has been real important for me to get the weight off and to keep the weight off. I like cucumbers now, and God help me, I even like spinach. Although I did chocolate covered a couple of times. Yes, I had chocolate. I love chocolate covered bacon. So I find a way to balance my sweet with stuff that's good for me. Yeah, it's my world. I'm living in it. What?
As
No
long as
chocolate
you're
covered
doing
bacon?
as long as you're doing it consciously, you're good.
Oh, I hear. I think dragon fruit is amazing. I've never tried it. I might have to do that. Are you saying chocolate covered bacon is one of your faves, or is it just me? Anybody else out there like chocolate covered bacon? Let us know. DM me later. Tell me all about it. I'll give you a great recipe. Lisa, have you ever had chocolate covered bacon? I digress.
And that would be a no.
Well, when you come to my house next time, we will have to get you some chocolate covered bacon. I know it's not like your
No, you
biggest
can have chocolate on the side and bacon on the side, and I'll eat the bacon, you eat the chocolate.
The key is that each of us should be able to eat what it is that we want to. And it does sound delicious. Thanks, Coach Vasquez. See, I just got permission to go get my chocolate covered bacon, chocolate chip cookies, and chocolate in dinner.
That is not what the coach said by
I think
any
that's what he said.
stretch.
He said, that does sound delicious. I can read.
That does not give you permission to go out and get all
Remember,
that.
it's Face It Friday, and I am facing my demons. And I think that if chocolate is something that makes me happy, I should be allowed to have it at least once or twice a day. Okay, that's too much, but okay. I'm working on it. I have issues. That's why I have coaches. Hey, Coach Vasquez, I'll have to book my next appointment. Anyway. The purpose today, as we're talking about, you got to have fun sometimes because you can't be serious all the time. Life is just too short to live in the negative, so why even bother? Anyway, he's saying, not on a regular basis. Oh, Coach, you were doing so good. Anyway.
I'm sorry. I thought that was a perfect answer. I'm not sure where you're from.
See, he's going to keep me straight even when I don't want to be straight. But the bottom line is this here. For all of you passionate entrepreneurs out there, we want you to maintain your passion. We want you to keep your passion going, but we want you to make sure that you manage your burnout. Look for some peace. Pay attention to your family. Get you some exercise. Eat real food. And make sure you're doing what you love, because when you do what you love, you will love what you do. And that brings me to one of my favorite places on my slideshow, convene communities where real life for real people having real experiences. You can join the community for absolutely free. You can build your community, create courses. You can collaborate with like-minded individuals. You can make passive income and so much more. For those of you that have been looking for group coaching opportunity, we have it there in my portal on Convene called the Solutionist Portal. That's where entrepreneurs that are looking for affordable ways to get coaching can join. I even offer one-on-one coaching for those that may need that. But the group coaching experience has been something that I've found a lot of people really enjoy, because it's a way to collaborate with other people, brainstorm, and just network and build your business while you're living your best life. You can scan the QR code and get more information. Lisa, as we have been working with the veteran entrepreneurs, I want to put this slide back up about we are stronger together, strength and diversity. I am so proud of what we've been able to accomplish with this group. We brought 20 other veterans to give us their insights on their entrepreneur journey and allow their stories to be told in a book that we built to help entrepreneurs live out their entrepreneur dreams. And I'm so excited that it's going to be coming out on October 30th during National Veteran Small Business Week. So talk a little bit about that.
So one of the things that Brenda and I, and we got the book, and I'm so excited about it.
I know.
Where's mine? I had to do that. I don't do that often.
I know.
So one of the things that Brenda and I over the years have realized is that a lot of people just get lost in what they're doing, and they can't find what they're looking for, because you can't find what you don't know. Mm-hmm. And you don't know what to search for when you don't know what you don't know.
Right.
And so after Brenda and I had gotten this book, Tools of T.A.P.I.N, and I absolutely love the book. It's yay thick, and it's a whole bunch of advice from a bunch of different people about a bunch of different subjects. And I said, I would love to do a book like that about veterans, because as veteran entrepreneurs, we are uniquely different than other entrepreneurs. Our veteran and military spouses, we come from a community. Brenda's a Marine, I'm Air Force.
We don't hold that against you.
There you go. We can pick on each other, but we're still family. We still connect. We still know certain things. In the military, there are so many different things that you learn and so many things you adapt to. And bringing that into the entrepreneur world is huge. So we thought, let's take some entrepreneurs. They had to be acting, they had to be fast acting because we only gave them a week. And this was way back in July. We said, you got 1 week because we want to get it out for free for National Veteran Small Business Week. I am really big on resources. In fact, sometimes some people get so overwhelmed with all the resources that I like to offer that
You
we
think?
that we
This is a walking encyclopedia of resource for those of you that have not been familiar with her. If you look in any book that Lisa has written, and she's written tons of them now, I'm so proud to say, she will always have resources and more resources, and she learns new ones every day. So if I ever want anything, the first person I'm calling is Lisa, because she's going to know who has it, why they have it, and how I can get it. And usually she knows the free version, which I love.
Yes, I'm really big on the free aspects. But and it was funny because Brenda said, Lisa, do not put another resource in that book because
Yeah, we're running out of pages, y'all. Here, look how thick this book is. Okay, most of this right back, that's resources. This book is worth, the purchase price alone is worth all the resources that, whether you're a veteran or not, there are things there that you can use that are free. I'm gonna say it again, free to get your business off the ground and running, because that's what we're about, empowering people to do what they love in a cost-effective way.
Yep. You know what? It's called The Power of Broke. Damon John wrote the book Power of Broke, with which I absolutely love. And it's all about, live, even if you've got $1 million, live as if you're broke. Do your business as if you're broke, because you will get a lot more done that way. He doesn't say it exactly that way. That's my preference of it. But
Right.
but it is really, really important to understand that you don't have to do this alone. And when we put the entrepreneur, the veteran military spouse and military entrepreneurs in the book, we wanted to remind everybody that it didn't matter who you were, that there is support for you. I promise you, there's not a single person who did not make mistakes. I mean, if I had an opportunity to write all my mistakes in one book, it would be 1,000 pages long.
Lisa, the thing that I love most about the book is the fact that it brought together 20 new veterans that I didn't know previously. I only knew one of them previously. The rest of them were all new to me, with exciting businesses and things that they're doing. Their insights alone for me were amazing. We have people in the book that, what is it? Bethany Pitsky. I love her. She's late. She does all these things for women veterans. She sleeps, breathes, eats that stuff. We have Queen of Spades, Monifa. I just think that the diversity within our book in business industries is something that is amazing as well. From people dealing with Fortune 500 and Fortune 5,000 companies. I had never heard of the Fortune 5,000. I knew the Fortune 500, but I learned a lot by doing this book as well. I was happy that we were able to include things like about taxes, something that most small businesses overlook until it's too late and they're hit with an amazing bill. We talk about that in the book. So I'm excited that the book is coming out soon and that people are going to be able to tap into another resource that we've put together to help them save money and time, which is another book we wrote. It's up there also, because we just keep writing these books because we're determined to make sure that any entrepreneur, especially you passionate ones, can live your best life now. What is now no opportunity wasted, while growing your business, but not leaving your family behind. What's your final thoughts, Lisa?
I cannot stress the fact that you are never alone. There are resources out there for everything. And I love Brenda's portal, because that's one of the great things about Brenda's portal is she actually shares a bunch of resources and a bunch of information. And she brings me in there every once in a while.
That's a coach. I had put it up a minute ago. Coach Vasquez said, get a mastermind team. That's exactly what we do. It's mastermind style inside of the portal, but it's more than a mastermind, because we go beyond that by making sure one of the things that we wanted to do within the portal was to ensure that people got the support they needed, because it's not cookie cutter. Each person that enters the portal will get a comprehensive Strength Finders review, so that we can make sure that they have what they need to grow and develop in a way that is unique to them. Oftentimes, you join a group and they want you to just be with the group, but we want to take each individual and give them some one-on-one time so that we can make sure they're clear on the goals they set. We have things called power hours where you can come in and do some work and you can get some support around that. We have the group coaching, we have the training, we have one-on-one, and it's for an affordable price. It's only $97 a month. There are no contracts. You can come in for 1 month and say, you know what, this is not for me. Go back out and do whatever you want to do. But when you come in there, you belong to a community that is committed to your success, because it is my true belief that my light does not dim because another person's light have to shine. We shine brighter together. And that's the premise that we have inside the portal, that we all rise together. We also promote each other's businesses. We network. We find ways to make sure everyone has the opportunity to rise. It won't be one of those where you're sitting on the sideline and you're watching somebody else's business grow while yours falters. We're going to make sure, like we did in the military, no one left behind. Lisa, thank you for joining me today on Face It Friday as I face the fact that burnout is something that I need to avoid with like the plague. But before I go, I do want to give a shout out to someone, or someone's very special to me. I put this little thing up. It is what is it? A Ruby Jubilee, 40th years of love for Bishop L.C. and Pastor Maxine Williams. They will celebrate 40 years on October 15th, 2023. You can join us in helping them celebrate. I put up here on the card, you can see they're accepting gifts via Cash App or Zelle. You want to support them, check out what they're doing, go on to Facebook. And I'm telling you, I'm so excited at Christian Assemblies. This is an amazing ministry. These are people that are, number one, he's a veteran, he's a Marine. He was my mentor when I was in the Marine Corps. Bishop Williams was. Love him like a father. He is an amazing man. And his wife befriended me. She chooses her friends very wisely. She told me when I first met her. I didn't think she liked me, but we came on to be very fast friends. They're an amazing couple that have served the community and served each other for more than 40 years. And they're celebrating marriage for 40 years. And I'm excited to be a part of that celebration. Lisa, thank you for helping me face it, that I am a passionate entrepreneur, that I'm often doing more than I need to, but I'm going to slow down to speed up. And for those of you that have watched us today, thank you for joining us. I see there's a couple more comments. I want to make sure I didn't miss Coach. He says, here we go. He says, amen. Thank you for always supporting and for making sure that we have someone watching us. You know, we are going to build this channel this year in 2024, Coach. It's going to be the year of impact. Lisa and I are going to be doing some exciting things, and we want to bring you right along with us, because it's time for us to get the word out that we are ready to inspire, encourage, and help others live their best life now. What is now no opportunity wasted. And how do you not waste an opportunity? You remember that the choices you make today will be the reality you live tomorrow. So choose wisely and choose to stay tuned to this channel, because we got a lot of good things coming up. And make sure you're ready for National Veteran Small Business Week. Go out and support a veteran-owned business and let them know that you care about them. Be blessed, everyone. Take care.